What's up, guys? This is Aqualeader Jesse back again with another movie review, and today we are covering Warcraft. I got to see it on premiere night last night, but I was just too tired afterwards to make a video, so it would have sucked. I actually tried, but it ended up dragging on and on and on, and eventually it maxed out of storage space before I could even finish and give it a final rating. So, last night at 10 p.m., I got to see Warcraft. And if you don't believe it was last night, look, it says Thursday, June 9th, 2016, 10 p.m. Anyway, let's see. I'll start off with one thing I want to... Well, in case you don't know what Warcraft is, I'll go ahead and tell you the overview. I don't know why you wouldn't know what Warcraft is if you're watching this, but Warcraft is a movie about, essentially in the human world, there are these orcs that just showed up. Orcs didn't exist in the human world before, but they came from another world that is being destroyed, their home world. But orcs know no life but war, and there's one orc who believes against that, or a couple of them, but one main orc who's actually going to act on it. It was like Darnitan, something like that. But anyway, and eventually, so there's this like falling out between orcs, and certain ones are just trying to attack and kill humans. There are other ones who want to find peace and honor and restore that to the orc race. And that essentially happens. And then there's some humans who... It's really a complicated plot. I'm not sure I can really summarize it too well. But like, there's some humans who want to help the orcs that want to restore peace and ward off the orcs that want to have nothing but war by essentially going to... Their plan is to... Well, I'm not going to say what their plan is. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to say that's essentially the basis of the storyline. Oh, and also they're trying to end this curse thing called the Fell that one of the orcs and one of the Guardian started or brought to the world. But she don't know who the Guardian is, but you'll find out when you watch the movie. It essentially makes them stronger, but it turns their soul dark and whatever, and they're all evil, stuff like that. But and the main thing for me is Warcraft is based on a video game for the PlayStation 1, I think, if I remember correctly. There were a couple games in the series, and then the most notable one is World of Warcraft for PC, but, I mean, who hasn't heard of that? But, I think there were a couple Warcraft games. If there was a Warcraft 2, I'm pretty sure I played it. I played Warcraft 2, but not the first one. So, I can't tell you how well they stick to the original plot, because I don't know the original plot, unfortunately. But, now on to the actual review of Warcraft. So, in terms of special effects, I'm gonna go with least important to me to most important. Special effects, they were decent for the most part. They were about average for a movie nowadays. But there were a couple parts where, toward the beginning, there was like one scene in a factory where there was some kind of not too great green screen. And not like a factory. They would need to use a green screen for that, but it's like a giant indoor fireplace. It's hard to describe, but it was just not the best green screening I've ever seen. But other than that, it was fine. The character models for the orcs were really nice. But yeah, so for special effects, I'll give it 6 out of 10. Um, then there's acting. There aren't really any notable actors in this other than Paula Patton, the one who plays Galora, I think her name is. In this, she's in Mission Impossible, Deja Vu. If you've seen either of those two movies, you've seen her. But other than that, there are no notable actors that I can think of. And the acting was okay. There were a couple times, again, also toward the beginning, where the acting seemed a bit questionable. But not a whole lot, but a little bit. And the rest of it was decent. It was okay. Paula Patton did a pretty good job. But overall for acting, I'd probably give it a 5. Alright, and then in terms of characters, I like the characters in the movie. The characters are pretty good. A lot of them have their own memorable personality. They all change over the course of the movie as different events happen to them, and then and sometimes you see sides of characters you never thought you'd see. So in terms of characters, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. And then last up is plot. The plot of the movie, essentially the main thing for me, that's the most important thing. So, as later on the numbers, those last two numbers affect my total score more than the first two. Not by a whole lot, but a little bit more. Anyway, the plot is great. I really like the plot. The plot is the biggest redeeming factor about Warcraft. But first, I just realized I forgot a part, the action sequences. This is because I forgot I need to do the specific thing for its genre. It's an action movie, so the action sequences, the animation for the orcs in their action is really cool. Seeing their big musculus, I'm not sure if that's a word, the big ginormous bodies just wrenching all over the place, but looking realistic in terms of motion. The action sequences are really cool. There's one that's only about 2 seconds long, but it's awesome. So the action sequences I like, and it's not even jam-packed with action in the entire movie, which is what I was worried about. And it actually had a good amount of the last portion of the movie plot, but so for the action sequences, I give it a 9 out of 10. Then, lastly, getting back to it, plot. The plot is just outstanding. I love the plot. It is the greatest feature about the movie, about bringing peace between races and restoring honor to the orc race before it was all about nothing but violence. And there are some things I can't talk about because they're at the very end. And I really like the ending to the movie. It does appear to me that there will be a series, which actually sounds like it could be cool as long as they do it correctly. But it's got some awesome plot. Some unexpected things happen in the movie, things I did not see coming, which were nice to have. Yeah, I would, just because of the awesome plot, and I hope that the plot continues to develop, or continues to unfold from where it's at right now. So, in terms of plot, I'm going to give it I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. So, in total, for special effects, I gave it a 6 out of 10, acting, gave it a 5 out of 10, for characters, gave it an 8.5 out of 10, for action sequences, I gave it a 9, and for story, I gave it a 9.5. So overall, I'm going to give Warcraft a I'll give it an 8.3 out of 10. So overall, Warcraft is a movie with a fantastic storytelling, with fantastic characters, of acceptance of a new race and living and trying to restore peace to the land. With some parts where there are questionable acting and questionable effects. Aside from that, Warcraft is a great movie that has brought possibly my favorite movie based on a video game so far, which really doesn't say a whole lot, but it's either that or Ratchet and Clank. So, thank you so much for watching. That being said, please remember that my name is Jesse, and I would really appreciate it if you consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and having a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.